Yesterday I was told something very hurtful by my bio mom's sisters. They said I have no honor, no integrity, and no. What else, mijo? No honor, no integrity, and no accountability.
That's it.
And that I didn't teach my son these things, and that he's worthless at 21 years of age. I'm worthless as a mom. I'm just a piece of shit. And this is coming from two aunts who stole all my inheritance from their sister. They showed up when my son was born at the hospital. One of them was a notary of the Republic demanding that I sign over my power of attorney when my son was born, and I was like, I'm not signing that. And I didn't realize it was to get to my inheritance so they didn't have to hire a judge and get the aunt declared as incompetent. They didn't want to spend their own money to get to my money, which is exactly, I didn't sign it. I wasn't signing it. I just had a son sign over my power of attorney. So when it comes to integrity, honesty, and accountability, I think they should take a long, hard look in the mirror. They live in a $786,000 house. They had 2 spare rooms, and yet it's perfectly fine for their great niece dying of cancer and their great nephew, which they have deemed completely worthless, and our animals are completely worthless. And as it turned out, they were herding us to Houston. So I guess they thought, since I'm my son's payee, they could herd us to Houston, get me declared incompetent, and take over our money, put us to some shithole in Houston, and take over our money, and pay $500 for us to live in some ghetto, and keep $1,000 for themselves.
The epitome of human.
So now we have no family. I will never speak to them again for calling my son a piece of shit and me a piece of shit. Oh, and another thing, my son has had guns since he was 18 years old. He's been hunting. He's been on hunting trips. He's been hunting in Utah and out west. And one of the aunts said that my son was not capable of owning a gun. And, just... it's for her to be claiming to be a mental health expert on anything is ridiculous. They go to a cult. They're in a cult. Straight up a cult. One aunt told me that she stopped on the side of the road, that God told her to stop on the side of the road. She was looking at these berries and she wished that they were ripe. That she waved her arm over the berries and magically they were ripe. So she started eating them. I don't think you should go to a church that makes you hallucinate ripe berries. She's eating raw berries on the side of the road after having hallucinations. I watched one of her church things. They speak in tongues, which it says in the Bible, do not speak in tongues. There are no translators. You're not supposed to speak in tongues. And one of the aunts is dying, and her preacher told her that no doctor would ever find out what's wrong with her until she found her mission from God, and she shouldn't even seek professional help from a doctor. So, we have no family. We are now completely 100% alone, except for my father and his wife, who actually do love us unconditionally and have never said I'm a shitty mom or that my son is a piece of shit and that he shouldn't own guns. They've never said anything shitty to us. They have gently guided us, when we've asked for advice and stuff, but they've never just plain out flat said that my son's a mental incompetent and that I'm a piece of shit as a mother. So It's goodbye forever this time. I'm not letting them back in. I've changed my phone number. They can't get through to us. I'll never speak to them again. And I hope never to see them again. Not this life, nor the next life. I've had my fill. Anyways, we got our first Halloween card from Lily. I'm putting it up on the wall as soon as I find the thumbtacks. I don't know where I put them. Somewhere safe, so I wouldn't forget where they were. Have a blessed day. And just because someone's family doesn't mean they get to shit all over you. If they shit all over you, just because they're family doesn't mean that they have the right, and doesn't mean that you have to keep them in your life, especially if they shit all over you. Peace and love.